If experts talk about something, then it means a lot. Coming directly from the horse's mouth is the phrase often being used if an expert talks about something particular. And today we have amongst us Professor Vishnu Chandar Venkatesh, who has directly joined from the boardroom of TAPMI. A very, very warm welcome, sir. Today we are going to talk about the IPM program that TAPMI is running from the Manipal campus. How are you doing, sir? After a year we are meeting. How has been the journey?
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you for the invitation. I'm good. Thank you so much. The first batch of IPM has already taken off, and it's going on really good, and we are very happy about the way things are actually going on for us.
Okay, let me introduce Professor Vishnu Chandar Venkatesh to all the viewers who are listening to us right away. He's an MBA, IB, co-chairperson and a faculty member at Pai Management Institute, TAPMI in Manipal, Karnataka. His area of expertise includes strategy and general management. He has worked in the finance sector and ERD services and has a master's degree in systems and engineering management from, if I'm rightly pronouncing it, Fernhochschule Südwestfalen in Germany. It's, I think, German. I'm sorry for pronouncing it wrongly if so. He also has a doctoral degree in strategic management, including MBA coursework from MDI Gurgaon. A very, very warm welcome on Supergrads YouTube channel, sir. And now let's start this particular interview with some tight, tough, and straight questions. So, what is the highlight of IPM program in TAPMI?
Okay. So the highlight is that you get 2 degrees. The first 3 years is going to be the undergraduate part, where you will get a BBA degree, and the last 2 years is going to be the postgraduate part, where you will join the MBA course students who actually come through the CAT, and then you do the 2 years program. Whatever they do, it's going to be identical. You're going to be merged with the MBA course students, and then you get 2 degrees at the end of the 5 years. And at the same time, we are looking forward for a very good placement numbers also when it comes to for the IPM students. So that's one of the primary highlight. And if I have to just give you in a very nutshell what exactly happens, the first 3 years is going to be the foundations basically, where you gain not just only the understanding of management, but you also try to get more understanding about analytics, data sciences, social sciences, humanities, performing arts. You get a gist of all the different fields, and then that actually builds a very, very strong foundation. And when you get into the year 4 and 5, that's where you actually get into the core MBA, where you specialize into major and minors, and then you actually come out. So we are looking for somebody who's it's not just going to be a manager, but a manager who can really fit into the real-time conditions that we are seeing right now, as well as going to see going forward.
All right. So he has talked about hustle. In fact, in the last particular sentence, in today's world, hustle is really very important. Before moving further, I think if you can throw some light on the admission process or admission procedure that TAPMI has been taking care of, because we very well know that you are accepting IPMAT Indore scorecard. And what is the process, the complete process?
Okay, so few things that we expect is that one, you have to take one of the All India entrance tests. It may be IPMAT, JIPMAT, JEE, SAT, CLAT, or even the MET, which is a Manipal entrance test. So this is one requirement that you need to take care. But this is one common question that I always get from the parents as well as from the students: that you have a cutoff. Can we, so how will you know what is a cutoff? So let me just make it very, very clear that we don't follow a sort of cutoff system. Okay, it's more of a profile-based selection that we actually do. So your admissions is not going to be based only on the entrance test score that you get. Yes, that's important, but that's not going to be the major factor. Along with that, we are going to look at your overall, your 10th and 12th, what kind of, marks, grades that you have got. We are also going to look at in case if you have participated in any extracurricular activities. Okay, and the other important element is we are going to see how well you perform in the interview. So the interview is something that's going to be important, and I would say that the candidate should, consider this as one of the important components. So there will be some, one more thing that I want to tell you is that this interview is not going to be a forum where we are going to test your knowledge. Okay, what's the formula of this? Okay, tell me the definition. No, okay, we are not going to expect any of them. It's going to be a sort of very normal, general conversation. Okay, we're going to understand how you communicate. We're going to understand how well you are able to deal with some situations, and what kind of decision making that you basically do. And then there's also something called as micro presentation. So we might give you a small topic, and then we might ask you to prepare for some 2-3 minutes and then just speak about that. So it's more of it's a sort of conversation that you're going to have with us is what that will also be given quite weightage. So a combination of this all based on all these factors, you'll be given a ranking, and then the results will be given.
Nice points being made, and certainly some very crucial points about the interview also being spoken by Professor Vishnu over here. I would like to throw next question to him, and I would like to ask him, sir, this is the era of Shark Tank. This is the era of startups. This is the era of unicorns. This is the era of disruption. So what challenges do you actually throw to the students so that actually they become ready as the future managers in today's era?
Okay, no, that's a very good question, Rahul. Actually, and this is what we actually, this is what we actually intend to do, because our curriculum is designed in such a way such that the students should be able to not just go into a mode of consulting, but at the same time they should actually be able to, if let's assume that at the end of 5 years, if somebody decides that he wants to start his own company or he wants to do a startup, they should be able to do that. That's the kind of skill set that we want to be equipped. Now I'll give an example. Okay, a couple of weeks back we conducted a workshop on sociology. Now this is not part of the curriculum. It's a 3-day workshop that we did on sociology, where we got 2-3 experts to come to the campus, and the workshop was done for 3 days continuously. So the idea is to give an understanding of how the different elements of sociology actually come into picture, which can actually help you shape, take better decisions.
Right.
So, and then we also conduct a lot of hackathons also. Going forward, at an MBA level, we do a lot of strategy hackathons where we ask the students to actually design a small company out of the idea that they have, and they should be able to demonstrate the different various functions. It's not just the idea, but how you operationalize the idea. When it comes to designing the marketing, when it comes to designing the strategy, when it comes to handling the finances, so how do you pitch in these things? So this is something that we actually do that. So I can assure you that the curriculum and the various different elements are focused in such a way such that yes, really you want to do your startup, that's something that we would want that we encourage a lot. But at the same time, if you decide that you want to get into the corporate sector and work, you will be equipped to handle all the different volatile conditions that the company actually faces. So that's something that I can actually assure you to this.
I think Professor Vishnu answered it wonderfully well. And now my next question would be, sir, there is a curiosity among the student audiences, that will they be going out? I mean, I'm talking about international exchange programs. Do you have some say on international exchange programs, or have you planned something in this particular regard as well?
Yeah. Okay. So there are 2 aspects to it. We do something called as an international immersion, which is done in year 4, where the students are taken for around a week to 10 days to one international location. So last year, most of the MBA students went to Dubai. So where they get an exposure to how the companies they operate there, how the international environment operates, what kind of regulations, rules are there. So this is something that we actually do in year 4. But if you're specifically asking, okay, fine, I want to do some portion of my coursework in an overseas university or a B school, that option is available during year 5. Because now we are part of 𝐂𝐈𝐿, and we have a lot of MOUs with a lot of business schools across the world.
Okay.
So it is possible that some portion of year 5 coursework can actually be done overseas. But of course, at that time when students decides that they want to go overseas and do some portion of the coursework, it is important that their placement process is actually taken care, because it so happens that when they go there, the companies come here for the interviews. So we don't want to, get into a situation where they actually miss out on the important companies to come in. So if that can be taken care, yes, there is an option that they can do some portion of their year 5 course in overseas.
Right. One question that I often get during my live interaction with the students on my YouTube channel is talking about TAPMI. Can they give clear and clean picture about the placement plans for the students? So what are your placement plans for the coming set of students for the IPM?
Okay, I would say that before the placement comes, the student, because usually the students who come in are directly coming after class 12.
Right.
So they primarily lack the work experience. So it is very important for us to prepare the ground for them. So what we do is, at the end of year 1, we have something called a social internship. So in this social internship, they actually get a first hands-on experience how they have to actually, deal with the NGOs, how they can actually, handle these challenges that they actually face. So this is the first, mode. And the second thing is, at the end of the second year, we also have a sales internship where they actually work with the company and then, they help them on the marketing and sales process. So this is what that is planned for the BBA. So this will be the little bit, I would say, stepping stone. And when they come into the year 4 and 5, we have planned in 3 internships. One is the summer internship, which will go close to around almost 1.5 to 2 months. Okay. And then after that, we also have something called as YLP, which is Young Leaders Program. So I've got a good CGPA will be given a chance. Okay. So I was telling that, after the BBA internships, one is a social internship, and then after the sales internship, when the students actually step into MBA, so there are 3 different set of internships that are actually planned in. One is the summer internship that actually happens at the end of year 4, where they go for a summer internship for almost, I would say, 2 months with the company. And then we also have something called as YLP, which is the Young Leaders Program. So here, students who have got good CGPA are given a chance to actually shadow a CXO. So they will work very closely with the CXO and understands how he or she actually takes a decision and what exactly happens at their level. And then in most of the cases, what happens is, we have also observed that many of the companies, they actually ask the students to do a winter internship just before they complete their MBA. So the thing is that we have planned a lot of internships. There are live projects which are also planned. There is an international live project with the University of North Carolina, which we call it as 𝐂𝐻-culture, that is also actually planned for them. Okay. So these elements, why I'm telling this is because these elements actually give them a very, very solid foundation, because they are straight away coming after class 12 and they don't have the industry work experience. So this gives them the relevant, skill set to actually, understand what exactly happens in the industry. And when they finally come to the placement process, of course, since they are already merged with the MBA core, they will sit for the placement process along with the MBA core. So we are not going to differentiate them with the regular MBA who are going to come through the CAT mode. So the placements will happen along with them, and the various companies, from different sectors. It may be BFSI, it may be consulting, it may be manufacturing, it may be marketing. So all the companies come in, and then of course they will be given a chance to actually take it. So we are expecting that the IPM students, if you really see, Rahul, the placement statistics, if you just take up even the IIM placement statistics, you see that the IPM students are the one who actually get a better package, because we get an opportunity to really mold them from the beginning. Because when we are molding them, the workshops that we do, the curriculum that we do, at the end of the day, we keep the placement into picture, and then we keep the ROI into picture, and then we actually do that. So I can say that they will be able to back a better package than the regular core or the other MBAs.
I think some very strong points being made by Professor Vishnu over here. The 2 points that really fascinated me was, he has clearly come on board today and spoken that MBA students and IPM students are going to get a fair amount of chances. They are going to sit together for the placements, and certainly there will be no demarcation at all. So that gives a clear indication and idea to us, and we can quote to the students that your average placement right now is, I think if my memory is telling me correctly, it's 14 point some lakh rupees currently. So that is an ideal figure that students can actually look into year by year, and the growth also of the institute. And he is also making a very strong point that IBM students get a fair chance, and in fact a better chance than an MBA student, because they have been molded for 3 years before an MBA grad. Okay, sir, I would like to ask you something on the fees as well. So don't you think the fee being charged is higher than the top-notch institutes of the country? What is your take on that particular part?
Okay, so see, we charge total fees is 25 lakhs for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we charge 5 lakh rupees per year. So for the first 3 years, it's going to be 5 into 3, which is 15 lakhs. Right. And when they come to MBA, I want to actually clarify this, because this is one question that many of the parents also ask.
Right.
Okay, so should the student pay the fees that MBA core is paying? No. Okay, so you're only going to pay another 5 lakhs for year 4 and another 5 lakhs for year 5.
Year
so
5.
It's going to be 10 lakhs for MBA overall and 15 lakhs for your first 3 years. So it's going to be 25 lakhs for all the 5 years. Okay, so this is going to be a tuition fee, and your boarding lodging is going to be extra. It will roughly come around, I would say, 1.55 or 1.6 per year. Again, it needs to be finalized. I'm just giving you just a rough estimate what is there currently right now.
All right.
But I also want to tell you one more thing, Rahul, here, that we are giving scholarships also. The first top 6 students of the batch every year will get 30% tuition fee waiver. So if you are in the top, so the class strength is 60. So if you are within the top 6, you get 30% tuition fee waiver.
And it's every year, right? From first year to fifth year? All 5 years? Oh, sorry,
every year.
Every year, right. Great. Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah, please continue. Sorry for interruption. I just wanted to clarify this particular point.
Yeah, so that's the one. And at the same time, students also get, when they go for internships also, it's all paid internships. So they get, some monthly stipend also, which is going to be paid. And what we have also observed is that, the IPM batch, which currently is running, there is a lot of competitions that actually happen at an all-India level. So it may be case competition, it may be company competitions. There are also various other set of scholarships also given. I can tell you that I have one student in IPM who has been given scholarship by Reliance company at an all India level. So his 5 years is actually going to be funded also. So there are plenty of opportunities where students, if they find that, okay, this is a little bit 25 lakhs is a little bit higher amount, there are options, other options are actually, also available. And I can also tell you one more thing, Rahul, your more medium is that we also have a lot of banks also, which gives loan. So, you don't actually have to give anything sort of collateral. So our admission level is more than sufficient.
We have tie-up with some banks. Sorry for interrupting you in between, because, certainly the next question that students would be coming up with. Do TAPMI has tie-ups with certain banks that do not actually charge collateral? Big point being made by Professor Vishnu over here. All the students, please do to the screen right now. Listen to the list of the banks he's talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so I will not use the word tie-up, Rahul, here.
Okay.
So we have banks who have actually come and then they have said that, okay, we are ready to offer the students the loans. And if you have given the admission letter, then based on the admission letters, they actually issue the loans actually. And these loans are, it's not like, you have to keep collateral to get this loan, nothing of that sort. So it is a similar mode like how we operate on MBA. The same, the option is also actually being given for the students also. Yeah.
Great points being made, and certainly the point that excited me that you're not supposed to keep the collateral for TAPMI as well, and many students would be relieved after listening to this particular piece of conversation. Last question to you, but an interesting one. So you are joining directly from the boardroom of your institute. So what message from the director's desk are you going to give to the future IPM aspirants?
Okay, so my message is going to be pretty simple, Rahul, here for the aspirants. See, if you are interested in management, if management is something that you are passionate about, you like to manage people, you like to talk to people, you need to manage resources, then I think IPM is a really good bet for you. Because see, it's going to be okay. See, here the real investment is not money. The real investment is time, because you're going to invest 5 years. So 5 years is a pretty, I would say, it's a good amount of time. So of course you get an option to complete your education early, no doubt about that. But I would say that interest and passion towards management should be there for you. So if that is there, then you come here. You don't actually have to worry about anything else. Okay, we will give you, the complete foundation level. We will establish. We will take you to a level where you can really enter some of the top MNCs and you can start your career. And here, I would like to tell one more thing, Rahul, that it's not just only about studies here. Okay, because 5 years is going to be a long time.
Right.
There are a lot of other aspects that we would also want our students to focus on so that they can have a holistic development. Okay, so if you are really going to be that, okay, I'm going to study, then probably I would say that 5 years is going to be really painful. So here we want the students to do a lot of other things. For example, we have something called as Marina. Marina is a big sports club that we have for students and for faculty and staff.
Okay.
So you name the sports facility, we have it, starting from an indoor swimming pool to a gym to a cricket club to karate. So you name, all the facilities are here. In fact, our IPM students actually go every day. And then
Would you
we
mind
also give lot
speaking
of
about your
encouragement.
campus also a bit, because you spoke about the sports infrastructure? So would you mind speaking about the campus also a bit? How large it is, because we usually do
Yes.
not know about it. IPM students do not know about it.
Okay, so see, I would see this Marina Sports Club is located. Of course, it's not inside the campus. It's around 4 kilometers, but it is very close to the hostels, to the IPM hostels.
All right.
So students, it's open. It's open in the morning and it's also open in the evening onwards. So there are all the sports facilities are available. Starting from your swimming pool to your gym to your karate to your badminton to your tennis, sir, you name it, it is actually available. So we would want students to actually get into one of these sports and start, really, enjoying their life there, rather than only focusing on the study. That's important. Second thing, we also want students to identify some area where they really have a liking, and we want them to start participating in competitions. Not just competitions within only our TAPMI, but we want you to start participating in competitions all over India actually. So we do a lot of encouragements. We give actually reimbursements also for students to go to IIMs and to participate in the competitions. Okay, this is something that we spend a lot, and we are very, very clear that students should have a liking and they should develop that liking. Actually, they should build that liking is what we want. And third thing is, Rahul, we also have some 30+ students club. Okay, in TAPMI. Okay,
Yes.
if you are interested in biking, if you are interested in music, if you are interested in painting, if you are a math, you want to get into analytics, you name it, starting from your singing, painting, playing, or going and doing some social work. So we have got 30+ student clubs. So we want students to actually become part of the club and build their hobbies and interests. Actually, this is something that we want that, and we also do a lot of sports event also. So there is something called a sports com. So we conduct a lot of events. So where the cricket competition, badminton competitions, everything is done. So we want students to actually participate and play also. So the message is pretty simple. Okay, if you are interested in management, this is something that you have a liking, then IPM is the best bet for you. And in TAPMI, it is not just only the academic curriculum, but there are a lot of other different elements that we actually focus, which actually gives you a holistic development.
I think it was a fantastic conversation with you, Vishnu sir. Certainly, he spoke about different aspects of TAPMI. In this particular episode, I asked some direct questions, and they were very direct answers for all the questions. I talked about placements, I talked about tuition fee, I talked about lot other aspects about TAPMI, and I think a lot of students who are listening to us right now would have got a clear information from Professor Vishnu. In case if you have some doubts, please put in the comment section. I'll request personally TAPMI's team to answer them. And this time, Supergrad team is not going to answer these questions. TAPMI's team is going to answer for you all. Thank you everyone for watching us, and thank you, Professor Vishnu, for giving your precious time on this particular segment of Supergrad's YouTube channel.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.